Hi everyone, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Ms. Shreya Sharma, who is the founder of Rest the Case, which is a one-stop solution for all legal services and information. Hi Shreya, welcome to ELI.
Hi, thank you so much.
I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, so like you said, my name is Shreya Sharma. I am the CEO and founder of Investigate. I have done my law from Cardiff University in UK, and yeah, I'm currently hard at work at my company, trying to build it up and trying to solve the purpose we started. And yeah, I think that's who I am.
Tell us a bit about Rest the Case, what kind of venture it is.
Sure. So Replicase is a legal aggregator platform, which basically means that we have lawyers from across the country. We currently have lawyers from about 200 cities in the country,
Mhm.
and these lawyers are from different specializations, which means we have lawyers for like family matters, we have lawyers for criminal matters, for banking, for finance, so different type of specializations. We have lawyers. What we have done is then we have segregated these lawyers for people. So when you're looking for a lawyer, the process of finding a lawyer becomes very easy.
Mm.
You can find, and you can also then find a lawyer close to you, find a lawyer who stays next to you, find a lawyer who's in your area, find a lawyer who, for example, you are very sure that you want a lawyer who has say more than 5 years of experience. Then you find a lawyer based on that. So we have kind of given a client that option to kind of segregate the lawyers so they can find a lawyer that suits them best. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Uh, Before we start talking about the venture, would love to know about your early life prior to entrepreneurship and what led to entrepreneurship. Law and entrepreneurship are at little different streams altogether. How did you arrive here?
Right. So I always wanted to start something of my own because my family is a business family. So I used to on when we had to have holidays, I used to go with my parents to work, and I used to see them talk, and I used to see them manage things, and it always seemed very interesting to me. I always kind of I had this inclination to see who says what and then what had happened and then how they make a plan and then what goes on. And when I used to go with them, it was the growing stages of their business as well. So there was so much stuff that was going on, and it was always very interesting for me to kind of see that and see how they're working. So ever since then, I think I was quite sure that I wanted to do business. But my inclination towards business was being a child. At some point you're thinking about, oh, what am I going to do in college and that kind of thing. So I tried doing this summer school at Harvard University, where I did international relations for 2 months.
Mhm.
And I kind of, because I wanted to see if that kind of subject will interest me or not. Because if even if I was interested in law, I wanted to kind of look at international law. So when I went to university, I was there, I studied it, and when I came back, the first thing I told my parents was, I am absolutely sure that I want to do law, because for me, doing law is mostly about seeing how the entire country functions. Like everything that we do and everything that goes on in the country is because there's a law in place for that thing,
Mm.
which intrigued me the most. I think more than anything else, it was that how these laws that some people have written years ago are now still running the country the way it is running. So I think that is what made me really interested in the subject. I really wanted to study it.
Mm.
And so yeah, so I did that. I went to UK to study law. I spent 4 years in the UK. I studied my law there. I came back, and yeah, ever since then I've started doing rest the case, because since I had gotten an insight on law and I saw that that is something that I could work in. Yeah, so then I kind of merged my two interests together, and yeah, that's how it happened.
Gotcha. Uh, Interested about business is one thing, but starting and doing business, it takes a lot of effort and energy. Tell us about the early days of entrepreneurship. How did you start? What were the initial set of things that you did, and what was the hypothesis initially? Did you always want to build a marketplace model for or aggregator of lawyers, or how? What was the thought process?
Right. So I got the idea for the case when I was in college, and like I was telling you, I was not in India at that time, and I saw that legal information or even legal help was very readily available on the internet outside India. And there were a lot of people who were using those online platforms to kind of find a lawyer or find information about the law, and these were all reliable sources. And like even as law students, we used to use these websites, and we used to use to look for lawyers, to look for information. We used to
Hmm.
use these websites very like rigorously. And I was looking if there was something like that on on the internet in India as well. And the options were very like there was like close to nothing that was available for
Hmm.
people to find a lawyer online, or to offer people to get information about the law online.
Hmm.
So that's why I kind of thought of it that time that we should have something like this in India.
Yeah.
And I came back home after college got over, and I think the lockdown then I recently I saw that uh, people required legal help more than ever,
Hmm.
because yes, there was a lot of problems and a lot of issues going on, but along with those issues, there were a lot of legal issues going on.
Hmm.
People had signed contracts, people had started employment, people had started, there were different things that they had started as a long term thing, but then suddenly the entire world was in a standstill and they
Hmm.
required legal help. And so yeah, so that's why I was like, it's better to start now than start later, when people actually require that help, when people are actually looking for that kind of thing, and
Hmm.
they're looking for it from home. Because when there was lockdown, they couldn't go out and look for it.
Yeah.
They were looking for it from home. So that's why I curated Rest the Case, where I made sure that people can find a lawyer from wherever they are, whichever part of the country they are, they can find a lawyer. And also, we provide information that we kind of simplify for people. So, if there's something as simple as how to file an FIR, we have kind of made that a simple process, so that when a person is actually wanting to file it, that person is not scared about filing it.
Hmm.
That person understands what they are doing, why they are doing a certain thing. So if someone tells them, oh, do this, they know that, oh, I'm not supposed to do this thing, I'm supposed to do this thing, because
Hmm.
I have got it from a reliable place, that this is how I'm supposed to file an FIR. So this is the thought behind why we kind of came up with the rest of the case.
Hmm. So, you produce a lot of content during the pandemic, and I got the thought process. But how did you make sure that people come and use your platform, and how do they discover your platform in the first place?
Right. So there were two people that we were looking at. One was obviously to onboard the lawyers that we currently have on the website from around the country, and the other were the clients. Now with the lawyers, it was a little. We had a different experience, because I, in the beginning, would go and meet these lawyers, and I started right out of college, and they saw that I looked like, they thought that, oh, she's a young girl.
Hmm.
Is she actually, going to be able to do this thing she's saying, or is she not? So we had an initial difficulty of, telling these lawyers that, look, I know, I have thought about this. This is not something I have, like, I'm suddenly doing, or like I'm not serious about this, or, that kind of thing. But I initially met these people, talked to these people, explained to them what the website is. And they say that actions speak louder than words. When they
Hmm.
actually joined the website and they actually could see that this is a well thought of website, then we could get the traction for more and more lawyers. We also ran a couple of ads for lawyers. We like around the country where we told them that this is what we're offering. This is a platform that we have. This is what we provide for a lawyer. Because even for a lawyer, there's multiple things that we provide in the sense that we have created an ERP system for the lawyers where they can put their case, they can file their cases, that kind of thing. We are increasing their visibility, so that people know that these people are there to help. So we are helping the lawyers as well. So we would show them that we can actually help, and we're actually doing this, and we've thought about this. It's a well planned website. So yeah, it did take a little bit of time, but once they came on the website, they could actually see that it would actually be helpful long term. For the clients, how we got them was, some of it was uh, us going and putting ads and putting pamphlets and that kind of thing. But the other bit was also us. We ran a couple of Google ads and stuff like that. But then it also kind of spread like word of mouth. It was also another thing because especially in something like law, it's very important to get trust, and that was our major issue in the beginning, that if we were a new website and people did not know if they could trust the lawyers we have or trust the system we've provided to them. So when we could help a couple of people and we could show them that these lawyers that we have are all verified lawyers, all lawyers that we have made sure that the information they're given is all correct, and then we are telling you that okay, you can talk to this lawyer. When they kind of found that out, then it kind of spread even more that this source is a reliable source to get a lawyer from. Yeah.
I feel you said about the ERP and you said about the website where you used to onboard the lawyers. I feel there is a big tech infrastructure that has been built uh, uh, behind the scene. So can you tell us how did you go about building the tech or the productized version of your venture? Uh,
Sure. So I am not uh, techie. So what I did was from my end was that I first made like a flow chart of kind of how I would want the website to be, in the sense that when like a user journey, if when a user comes, what should be available. Like I was telling you, there were a couple of problems that
mm,
we wanted to solve. For the lawyers, we wanted to solve that they should have one place where they have all this information. They should have a place where they can get themselves listed. They should have a place where they can put up their, because now for the lawyers we also have that they can put up their information. They can write a blog. They can do that kind of thing.
mm,
So I noted down a couple of problem statements for each, for the lawyers as well as clients. And then I kind of designed as to how we will solve those problems that we have kind of noted down. So for the clients, we wanted to make sure that they could filter, a lawyer, find a more like specific to their problem.
mm.
They should be able to find a lawyer. All their information should be safe. So we made sure that our, website is encrypted. They should be able to find information on the website easily. So that was another thing. So I kind of noted down for lawyers as well as clients what the problems are, and then I kind of designed what each of them should be able to get an access to, what each of them should be able to use, what will make both of their lives easy. Then after which we kind of found a developer, and I told him that this is what I want, this is how I want it to go, and then he created that.
Okay. Uh, Curious to know, initially when you started you were just one person, and to build a venture it takes different skill sets and different people to work simultaneously. How did you find the initial set of people to build the first set of marketing, first set of take and everything? And how did you motivate them in the first place to come work for you, because you were just one person um, posing as a founder?
Yeah, so you're right. So it's not I have always believed that any company only grows because of the people that are involved in it. You know, you have to have people who understand, because everyone comes with their own strengths, everyone comes with their own, like you said, like if you have to have marketing, you have to have a person who understands marketing.
Mm,
But for me, in the beginning, when I was getting these people, the most important thing was I have this passion for this business that I have started, and my main aim was to pass this passion on to the people who are working in the company.
mm,
So when I was finding these people, obviously I was looking at their skill set. So what I had done is I had seen again what important parts of the business need to be covered at that time. So I found people with those skill sets. But I also made sure that when I'm talking to them and if I'm telling them that this is what I want or this is the goal I have with the company, then they should be able to resonate that along with me. They should be able to understand that, oh, this is where this company wants to go. Because I was very clear that if you understand where I want to go, if you understand this goal, then you should come and join. That's the case. But if you can't understand this goal, or if you don't feel as strongly about it, then it doesn't make sense. Because we were a small team. I wanted to create a core team that is just as passionate about. That's the case. And thankfully, touchwood, now we've been able to create that team where everyone involved in the company is living, breathing rest the case and doing their job at rest the case so wholeheartedly. It actually feels nice to kind of talk to everybody who's working with rest the case, because when I say something, they get just as excited about doing something new or trying something out, because
mm.
they understand where we want the company to go. Yeah.
Let's talk about the business side of it. How do we make money as a venture, and what are the different revenue streams that we have?
Right. So my main thing here was that um, whatever work we are putting in as the case, we will take money for that. But whatever work a lawyer is putting in, we will not touch that. So
Mm,
we don't take a commission, or we don't take part of what the client pays the lawyer. We absolutely keep that between the both of them, because I am a strong believer that if you have put in the work, you should bear the fruit for it.
mm,
We shouldn't bear the fruit for it. But at the same time, if we are putting the work, we should get some fruit as well.
mm,
So what we do is we charge our subscription for the lawyers for the listing that we give them. We give them a listing, ERP, and we have a couple of other add-ons that they could use, and those are all part of our subscription
yeah.
that we offer to the lawyers. We have different. We have a yearly subscription. We have a 3 month subscription. We have it ranges. There are different types of subscriptions.
Mm.
So the lawyers can take those subscriptions and be a part of Rest the Case. And that is all we charge at the moment. That is all we charge.
How are you funding? Is there any sort of funding that has been received so far, or raised so far by the venture? If not, how are you fund? How have you funded the operations so far?
Um, as of now, we have not received a funding, but I started with the help of my father. He has been very supportive of everything that I have wanted to do. But to him also, it was not like I was like, oh yeah, I want to start this. Please give me money. I had to present it to him, tell him what my
Mm,
plan was. I explained everything, explained how much I require, why I require that much, and only after that he was like, okay, I will help you.
mm.
And yeah, so even otherwise, even if I'm stuck, I go to him for help. But yeah, that initially that is how it happened. I asked him for help for us the case. Yeah.
Now we are at a break even, or are we still operating on funds? How is it? Are we profitable?
So we're currently doing a break even. We've not exceeded that, so we're at a break even. So I think, but thankfully again, touch wood, I'm happy that we're here, and rest the case has been functional for 2 years, and I think for a startup, I'm proud. I mean, yeah.
What are the different challenges that you have faced so far while building and growing this venture?
I think, like I was telling you, one of the biggest challenges was when I used to go and meet people, they used to be like, "Oh, she's a kid,"
Mm,
or she doesn't know what she's talking. Because I started right out of college, and so a lot of people were like, "Oh, is this something that you should seriously consider?" But yeah, so I think that was one of the major issues that I faced. I think other than that, also like we were discussing before, was to have people at least try, so that they know that this is a trustworthy place to be.
mm,
Because we had worked very hard, because I realized this way before, that usually when you need a lawyer, the first thing you do is you will call a friend, or
mm,
you'll call somebody and be like, "Oh, if you have a lawyer, give me a lawyer because I need a lawyer." The first thing is not that I will go to a website and I will do it. I kind of wanted to, so that was a hurdle for us, that we kind of wanted to make sure that we tell people that, agreed, you want to talk to your friend, but we have done the work, we have
mm,
done the verification, we have done the to make sure that this lawyer is the actual working practicing lawyer, and all the information he has given is true.
mm,
We have done that work for you already, so you don't have to do it yourself. We have done that. So it was a so that was a little difficult. But yeah, like I was telling you, once we kind of started getting the ball rolling,
mm,
then people could see that we have genuinely done the work for it. We have already put in that effort. We verify every lawyer that is on the website. We make sure, because I understand completely. This is usually legal problems are very personal problems.
mm,
They are problems that are actually troubling you and you want sorted out, which is when you go to a lawyer anyway. And because they are personal problems, and because they are problems that you are conscious about and you want them to be sorted out, you want somebody who you can trust blindly and be like, "I require this help." And because we've thought of that, we make sure that we make sure that the lawyers we have are telling the truth and are putting the information that is absolutely correct. So yeah, but it was a hurdle in the beginning. I think that was one of our biggest hurdles as a
mm.
company.
Got
Yeah.
you. What would you say are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned as an entrepreneur? So when you do entrepreneurship, you tend to make some mistakes, and out of those mistakes, you also learn some lessons which can be taken away by other entrepreneurs, and maybe in some cases be avoided.
Yeah. So I think on a personal level, I think uh, to any entrepreneur, it's very important to believe in what they have put out and why they are putting that thing out. When you have an idea, you need to believe in it, and only if you believe in it is are you going to be able to. For example, if I have to tell the client that these lawyers are trustworthy, I need to believe that these lawyers are trustworthy,
Mm,
or my website is trustworthy and is safe. I need to believe that it's trustworthy and safe. So, and to believe that it's trustworthy and safe, I'm going to put that work in.
mm,
So it's very, very important to believe in your product, believe in your idea and yourself, because these things build the company up. The foundation is very, very important of anything, of a business, of a person. It's important to have a strong foundation, and I think it's very important, and that will only come if you believe. It will only come then. Um, Another thing is, like I said before also, that actions speak louder than words.
mm,
Once you've put it out there, once you have put in your work, let your work talk. It's very important that you put your whole heart, get your product out, get your idea out, whatever it may be.
mm,
And after you have done that, uh, just let that work speak. There's no need to, you know, do anything else after that. Obviously, you put in an effort to like get it noticed, but let that work. Once you have done all that, let the work speak. Uh, and I think just for a business as a whole, uh, is that people are very important.
mm.
It's very important to make sure that the people you're with and the people who are part of your company resonate with your ideas, you know, have the skill sets that you require, um, are working day in and day out just like you are. So people building a team is absolutely important. And it's not, this is not a one man show. It shouldn't be, because you have the help, you have these people standing by your side. You should use that help, you should take that support and build the company together. Yeah.
My final question: what is the meaning of entrepreneurship for you? How would you define the term entrepreneur?
I think the term entrepreneur for me is solving a purpose. I think that any entrepreneur, it's important for that entrepreneur to know that there is something that they have to solve, and there's something that they have started this business for. Like I was telling you before, that you have to believe in that purpose, but um, you need to have a purpose. It's very very important, and for me, entrepreneurship is that, is having that purpose. Yeah.
Gotcha. Uh,
Yeah.
on this note, I think we are up with the time. Thanks for your time, Shreya. And it was a great pleasure to have you on our platform.
Nice talking to you. Thank you